I sound like a broken record when I say this, but please be careful. These are the traffic impacts you're going to see throughout today and into tomorrow. You see those major and moderate impacts, then things clearing up a little bit into tomorrow, but really do be careful if you're heading out the door tonight. Again, if you don't need to leave, don't leave your house because those roads and that visibility especially quite bad at this time. I'll have another update on those crashes and our road conditions in a few minutes. Back to you.
All right, let's turn things over now to meteorologist Taylor Stephenson for a look at your forecast. Taylor, really starting to come down now.
Oh my gosh, it looks like a winter wonderland outside right now. Here's a look from our Thompson Creek Window Company sky view, and you can see the heavy snowfall coming down from Norfolk. This is a live look from our Nauticus camera from where you can see Town Point Park, but look how big those flakes are, just falling so rapidly to the ground. Right now in Norfolk, it's in the upper 20s, feeling more like the teens outside. It is breezy. We are seeing winds from the north-northeast up to 13 miles an hour, but widespread snowfall. And that's the reason why we are underneath weather impact alerts today and tomorrow. It's for the potential or the likelihood at this point for significant snowfall here across Hampton Roads in northeastern North Carolina. What you need to do is just enjoy the snow. Stay at home. That's your best bet. Like Marta said, we have multiple crashes. We don't want you getting into those incidents, so just try to stay at home if you can. Live radar for us shows that heavy snowfall starting to really pile up across Hampton Roads in northeastern North Carolina. Peninsula's covered in snow, but the heaviest snowfall now on parts of the south side. Look at that band. The darker the purple, the heavier the snowfall is coming down. This is from Suffolk through parts of Norfolk and northern Chesapeake out into the northern parts of Virginia Beach, getting close to Chicks Beach. In northeastern North Carolina, starting to lighten up a little bit near the Albemarle Sound and the Currituck Sound, but out through Moyock, through Murfreesboro, we are seeing some heavy bands there. Here's that snow sleet line. If that moves further north, that will cut off those snowfall totals for northeastern North Carolina. Satellite and radar shows you this big winter storm tracks all the way from Maryland through Raleigh and then out into the Carolinas and into parts of the deep south where we are seeing some heavier rainfall. Still expecting anywhere from 6 to 10 inches of snow in that pink color. I'll have an hour-by-hour look at what to expect for the rest of your Wednesday and Thursday in just a few minutes. Eugene, Ashley.
Okay, Taylor, thanks. Let's turn our attention now to the roadways. Let's get a check on the roads as we're obviously hearing and seeing the snow starting to hit. We got meteorologist Hunter Forrest out on the roads.
All right, Hunter, these flurries are starting to kind of fly into the area. Where are you now and what are you seeing?
Hey everybody, we're still in Elizabeth City, but we're heading back north up to Virginia, and the roads are starting to get a little bit more covered here. I mean, really throughout the last half an hour, you could definitely see more slush, more snow out there on the roadways. And one of the things that's kind of difficult about driving in this type of weather is that sometimes the roads look fine and there's a patch of, fine road and you'll have a good amount of traction. But then, 30, 40, 50 feet up, you run into, a really slippery patch, and that's what can get you into trouble. So even if the roads look fine to you, if you're going a quarter mile up the road, they could be completely worse than what you're seeing at that very moment. So no matter where you are out on the roads, you're going to want to take your time. We're seeing the snowflakes starting to become a little bit bigger here, and visibility is still low. And just again, as a reminder, if you are heading out the door later tonight into tomorrow morning and there's a lot of snow on your car, you're going to want to clean that off before you hit the roads. Guys, back to you.
Okay, Hunter, thank you for that. The snow's starting to come down again in Elizabeth City, and conditions there, we just saw, things are starting to kind of change every time we check in with Hunter there.
Yeah, they are. We saw Hunter there. We also have Brianna Fallon, who is in Elizabeth City. She's live, too, with the conditions, and I know we checked in with her 30 minutes ago. I said, I can't wait to see what it looks like now. Brianna, what can you tell us about what you're seeing?
Yeah, so just taking a look around, things are really starting to stick now. Those roads are definitely starting to get more dangerous. So, now's the time to definitely stay inside and avoid going out and traveling, kind of like what Taylor and everyone has been saying all day today. Now, about at this time, several small businesses, like I mentioned earlier, are either closed today or they plan on closing earlier, so most of them early this afternoon. So make sure to double check on their websites if you do plan on getting out. Tim Haas with NCDOT says even though things things haven't began fully sticking on the roads, they're already pretty slippery. And they're starting to get covered as the afternoon moves on. Now, with the snow here in Elizabeth City expected to really come down in the next few hours, it's getting harder to see while out on the roads. Monday and Tuesday, Haas says NCDOT crews treated several roads with brine in preparations for today. Haas says once the snow starts to stick on those roads, it's up to the snowplows.
Now, as you can see, it's starting to snow pretty heavy here. Once we get some accumulation, about 2 to 3 inches of accumulation, the plows that you see behind me, they're all going to go out and start plowing. So that's the plan at this point.
Yeah, again, as you guys can see, behind me, a lot of the snow is really starting to come down, and we'll have an update from NCDOT around 3 p.m. today on what they're doing as the snow continues. Live in Elizabeth City, Brenna Fallon, 13 News Now.
Brianna, thank you for that. I mean, you can really see the snow that's coming down where she is, and obviously you saw Hunter driving around the area as well. And you know what? We're going to continue this Weather Impact Alert Day coverage, this team coverage. We got another area we want to check out.
That's right. We're heading now to the Peninsula for a check on conditions there. 13 News Now journalist Shane Fordham joins us now with the very latest. Okay, Shane, really coming down there on the Peninsula. Where are you exactly? And tell us a little bit about what you're seeing.
Well, Ashley, I am in downtown Hampton, and as you can see, the snow is really coming down right now. It started snowing heavily around noon today, just before noon. The deputy city manager of Hampton declared a state of emergency for the city as the winter weather is approaching. But as you can see behind me, salt was down on the parking lots such as these and major roads just to prevent as much sticking as possible. Deputy City Manager Brian DeProfio issued that declaration around 12:30 today. This follows Governor Glenn Youngkin declaring a state of emergency for the entire state of Virginia earlier this week. All Hampton City offices and facilities such as libraries, community centers are closed today due to the weather. The city of Hampton has also announced that all courts and school buildings and administrative offices will be closed today as well. If you are in need of public transportation, you are advised to travel sooner rather than later, as the Hampton Roads Transit will cease all operations after 4 p.m. today. Now, even though there are a lot of closures today, some local businesses told me, however, that they pride themselves on staying open today during normal business hours in order to offer a service to the community. I'll have more later today. Live in Hampton, Shane Fordham, 13 News Now.
All right, Shane, you're from Philly, man. He should be used to this. Should have a smile on his face, okay? And listen, stick with us. We're going to have more from everybody, obviously, throughout the day with our team coverage right here on 13 News Now as we're tracking this winter weather.